I'm David Hughes. I'm going to be reading you some reasons why people should not be getting the vaccine, COVID uh, vaccine. Why should you be forced to take the COVID-19 vaccine? To convince people that taking the COVID-19 vaccine not be mandatory. That COVID-19 vaccine should be harmful and should be a choice and not mandatory. How would you like to be told that you must put something in your body? Today, would like to discuss them making the COVID-19 vaccine mandatory. Today, I would like to discuss them making the COVID-19 vaccine mandatory. Pew researchers show that over 77% of Americans are willing to get or eventually get the COVID shot. In this speech, we will drive home the top three reasons that I believe we should not be forced to get the COVID vaccine. Do you believe that the vaccine should be mandatory? Well, I do not, but let us discuss the reasons why I believe this way. Making vaccines mandatory for everyone wrong because it is a way of freedom of choice. Next, I will show you three other health altering choices that we can decide on how show you that specific vaccines should not be allowed to be mandatory. Women have a choice whether to use birth control. We would never consider making this mandatory for them. So why is this and COVID vaccine different? Many people might say that the previous example is not equal because birth control does not contribute to death, like the COVID vaccine. However, many examples is that vaccine for children are not mandatory and they are listed as one of the vulnerable groups for most studies and medicine. Another good example is when you have cancer. You have the choice to fight or not fight, which could not include chemo, radiation, surgeries. This freedom has never been forced upon anyone because it is against our constitutional rights, which should also mean something when discussing making the vaccine mandatory or not. These three examples show that in America, America's freedom to choose what we ought and what we out in our bodies is right and constitutional, and we should not be forced to take or do medical procedures that choose do not. We look at all the different positions that the media speaks about and attempts to lead everyone to. The media points to the deaths that have occurred and not that the fact that there is a 99% survival rate. This media procedure everyone into believing that the COVID-19 vaccine is the answer to all the making to go away. However, what do they do not express is to the people that you are still get COVID-19 even with the vaccine. Yes, the COVID is real and people have died. However, most of them had underlying medical issues. The people that have died from COVID 19 had several underlying issues, such as diabetes, heart problems, and obese. So, even through the numbers, show that there are people that have died from COVID, most of them underlying heart issues. So, let us review why making everyone take the COVID vaccine is bad. I believe I believe being forced to take COVID-19 vaccine is wrong because they should be not able to force you to do any medical experiment to your body that you don't want, do not want. Also, the media has a way of blowing the situation out of control. They make you feel pressure to get the shot. Lastly, yes, people have been dying from COVID, but they are all have underlying health issues and died from heart attacks. Lastly, the vaccine has not been tested enough, and the Johnson and Johnson version has recently been taken off the market. It's my final opinion for that the COVID vaccine is not studied enough and should not be mandated for everyone. So, for me, the answer is a hard no. I do not want anything that has not been tested thoroughly, but into my body, especially not forced. Thank you for listening, and this is my speech for COVID vaccine. Thank you.